it's Martin. I'm back with another video, and in this video I will be doing Week 3 NFL predictions. So as promised, I'm going to get back to my prediction videos, and the first one that I'm going to do is Week 3 NFL predictions for tomorrow and for Monday. So I'm very excited about this video. As always, if you like it, please like and subscribe. I'm going to start with the Chargers at the Chiefs. So this was a very hard game for me to pick because both of these teams I think will be playoff teams this year. The Chargers, I think, are going to put up a real fight in this game, but I think Patrick Mahomes will lead a game-winning touchdown drive at the end to score and beat the Chargers at home. I think it's going to be very difficult for anyone to win in Arrowhead, even the Chargers, who I think will be a very good team this year. So I think that home environment is going to help the Chiefs win this game. Next up, we have a game that I don't think will be nearly as competitive, which is the Cardinals at the Jaguars. Now, I think Trevor Lawrence will have a decent game in this game, but I expect the Cardinals, led by Kyler Murray, to absolutely explode. I think they're going to drop 40 on the Jaguars in a 40-21 win. I think Trevor Lawrence will have a good game, at least a good second half, but I think the Cardinals will ultimately be way too much for the Jaguars defense to handle. And then the next game is the Bears at the Browns. So an important note here is that Justin Fields is starting for the Bears, which I think gives them a better chance to win this game than if Andy Dalton were starting. However, I think the Browns defense is going to cause problems for Justin Fields. Starting against a really good defense, your first NFL start, is not easy. So I think ultimately the Browns will beat the Bears 27-17. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, as both teams like to run the ball, and both defenses are very good. But I think the Browns will find a way to win this game by 10 points. The next game is the football team at the Bills, and the Bills' defense has looked excellent through the first 2 weeks. Their offense has looked not as good. I think this is a get-right game for Josh Allen and the offense. I think they'll struggle a little bit early putting up points, but then I think they'll take control and ultimately win 28-20 against the Washington football team. The next game is the Colts at the Titans, and an important note here is that Carson Wentz is expected to start this game, which was surprising to me, but I think that makes a difference, a huge difference for the Colts. I think they'll keep this a lot closer than if Jacob Eason were starting, or Sam Ehlinger, or Brett Hundley. So I think this is going to be a really close game. I think the Titans and the Colts will both put up a lot of points. I think the Titans defense will come up with a few stops, and I expect Julio Jones and Derrick Henry to continue to be prolific for that offense. So I think they'll put up enough points to win, and the Titans will win 35-30 over the Colts. Next up is the Saints at the Patriots, and the Patriots defense last week was absolutely spectacular. I started them in fantasy, so I was very happy about that, against the Jets. And Zach Wilson is a rookie quarterback. He threw 4 interceptions. You know who else throws interceptions? Jameis Winston. So I think this is a recipe for disaster going up against a really good pass D for the Saints. I expect Jameis Winston to throw 1 pass touchdown to 2 interceptions in this game. I think the Patriots are going to control the game at home and ultimately win a relatively low-scoring game, 28-17. The next game is the Falcons at the Giants, 2 0-2 teams. I think at home this is the Giants' get-right game. I think Daniel Jones will have a big game. I expect them to get wide receivers other than Sterling Shepard involved, because he's had a big first 2 weeks. I expect them to spread out the ball. I expect Saquon to have a big bounce-back game. I think they're going to beat the Falcons 35-21. I think Kyle Pitts catches a touchdown or 2 in this game, and I think the Falcons will get him going, but their defense just hasn't been good the first 2 weeks, and I think that'll continue. Bengals at the Steelers. This is a very interesting game because the Bengals offense is looking good with Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Joe Mixon. They're looking good this year. Their defense, not so much, and their offensive line isn't looking great. So I think regardless of if TJ Watt plays in this game, I think the Steelers will win. I expect this to be a very close game. I think this might come down to a game-winning drive, just like the Chiefs game. I think the Steelers end up winning, but I think the Bengals keep it close. It's going to be 28-24 Steelers. That's my prediction. Next up, we have the Ravens at the Lions, and you might be saying to yourself, oh, the Ravens, the Lions are going to blow out the Lions, and I can see your point there because the Ravens have a very good offense with Lamar Jackson at the helm, and the Lions' D is banged up and isn't that great, but I think Jared Goff will put up some points against the Ravens' defense, similar to what Derek Carr did in Week 1. So I think the Ravens will win it, but maybe not by as much as you would think. Keep in mind this is at the Lions. The Ravens will win this 38-28 by my prediction. Jets at Broncos. I expect the Broncos to have a huge game. Teddy Bridgewater will lead this team to a big victory over the Jets. Zach Wilson, unfortunately, might throw 2 or 3 interceptions. So unfortunately for Jets fans, this will not be a game to look forward to. The Broncos will roll 31-14. Dolphins at Raiders. I expect the Raiders to win this pretty handily with Jacoby Brissett starting. As soon as Tua left the game against the Bills last week, the offense just really couldn't do anything against a good Bills D. And guess who else's defense has been good this year? The Raiders. So I think the Raiders will win this one 28-13. Gaskin might have a touchdown, but I don't think they'll be able to do that much, and I expect Derek Carr to have another big game. Bucks at the Rams is the game I have circled for the week. This is going to be a huge game for both teams. I think the Rams will come away with the upset victory, and I said this in my divisional predictions. I think this is going to be an upset. I think the Rams are going to beat the Bucks on a last-second field goal at home. I think Matt Stafford will do enough to get the win, and I expect another big game out of Cooper Kupp. I think the Bucks, Tom Brady will have another good game, but I expect the Rams D to be able to kind of contain the potent pass offense, at least enough for the Rams to win this game. The next game, I think, will be similar to the Cardinals against the Vikings. Seahawks at Vikings. I think this is one of the hardest games to pick. I think the Seahawks are going to go in and win this game at the Vikings. I think they're going to win it 35-33. I think Russell Wilson will lead a late touchdown drive to get the win for the Seahawks after a brutal loss last week in overtime. And lastly, the Eagles at the Cowboys. I expect this game to be a very high-scoring affair. I think the Cowboys will end up coming away with the win 42-38, but I expect both offenses to put up a lot of yards and a lot of points. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you get every notification for when I upload a video, and please share it with your friends if you like it too. If they're into NFL, share it with them. They might enjoy it as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys.